This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, look at here. So what is primary stage and what is an alternate stage? See, generally when we are designing our case type, a case type is going to have stages, processes, and steps. So that is the case life cycle definition, where you will be having stages, processes, and steps. So all these are primary processing of your case. Apart from the primary stages, these are called primary stages. You can add below alternate stages. So these are called as alternate stages, which you see here in saffron color. What is the meaning of alternate stages? This is a secondary path of processing. So alternate stages is what? Secondary path of processing. Primary stages are primary path of processing, which you can treat it as happy path. Okay, and secondary stage, which is alternate stages. Alternate stages are simply, we say, secondary path of processing. So what is the meaning of this in general? In our real-time processing, let's say you are applying for an insurance. When you apply for an insurance policy processing is going to happen. When the insurance policy processing is going to happen, they will take your documents, verify it, approvals, and there are some of the things that should be done. So once after all this is done, you will be given with insurance policy. This is a happy path. This is primary stages. There can be alternate stages. Alternate stages can be a secondary path, or you say exceptional path. What do you call? Exceptional path of processing. What is the meaning of this? Let me tell you. It can be either positive, it can be either negative also. So the meaning of this statement is, see, whenever you are processing your insurance policy, let's say you did not meet the requirements. Did not meet the requirements to give you policy. That means that is a knockout situation. So during the knockout situation, we want the processing to be done. This knockout situation processing, you can define as a secondary path, which is called alternate stages. It is not mandatory that it has to be erroneous processing. Remember that. A knockout situation, you are defining here. So during knockout situation, what I wanted to do, I wanted to send email to customer plus manager plus I wanted to send for additional review again. Okay, after additional review is completed, maybe I wanted to take it forward to provide or resolve, rejected. Anything can happen. Like this knockout situation, this is not a regular process. It is only in case for the failure for the policies which encounters a knockout situation, not meeting some parameters in the processing. This is clear, everyone? So this is one example. Suppose, let's say, for example, you are defining a process for check processing. You are going to deposit a check will be processed for verifications, approvals, and all. That is a regular happy path. All checks will be processed. Now, anytime you encounter a check with greater than, let's say, with greater than $10,000, let's say $1 million, which is $1 million or more. Now, this is a special case where you wanted to send it for manual verification. All checks are being auto-verified to process and approve. But in case, if you wanted to process the checks which are greater than $1 million, corporate checks and all, you need manual verification. It will go to alternate path for manual verification. It will send emails. It will send to one team, and team is going to make a phone call to the customer and cross verify with the customer. And from your team, one person is going to go back to the client position. You have given a check for $1 million. We need your signature. Take a signature or take a digital signature. Additional processing will be done. Finally, check processing will be completed accordingly. For the purpose of security reasons, all this you are doing. So this is called secondary alternate path of processing. This is alternate processing. Okay, let's say you encounter an exception here during the processing. Exceptional situation, how the processing should be handled, can be defined in alternate processing. Like this, a number of different situations which are not part of happy processing have to be defined as alternate stage of processing for the purpose of ease of design and understanding and ease of maintenance while the processing. We need alternate stages. Everyone clear with this concept of alternate stages? Are you clear? Everyone, yes. Are you clear with this?
Yes.
Online resources. Okay. Someone please respond at least. Your voice is not audible. Maybe it's my issue from my end, I'm not sure. Okay, now here you go. PRPC provides one approval shape. Let me explain you about the approval shape as well. Approval step is going to be provided by PRPC, approve or reject. When you add this step, process command is automatically going to add one alternate stage for the exceptional processing of case rejection. A manager can either approve or reject. This step can be routed generally. See, OOTP approval step has a provision of single level approval or a multi-level cascading approval. Can someone please tell me? Okay, single level. Single level means your step will be routed to only one of the operator or one of the work basket. One person will either approve or reject. Everyone clear with the single level? And the next one is multi-level. What is meant by multi-level? Okay, give me 1 minute, please. Let me tell you about multi-level. So here you go. Multi-level means, which is cascading, you call it as. Cascading can be done reporting structure, can be done authority matrix. What is meant by reporting structure? See, generally, you are an employee, right? You are a software engineer. In your organization, you have your manager, right? That is reporting manager. This reporting manager will have a reporting manager. Like this, there will be a number of levels, right? Top level will be higher authorities. So this is the structure of your employment in your employment. In your organization, structure of your employment, where you are going to be reporting some managers. Manager will report another manager. If you choose reporting structure where you are going to route it, then the approvals needed by your reporting manager, his reporting manager, his reporting manager, and so on. The approvals will be needed by selecting the options one or all or custom. Custom means you can give a condition where the respective manager meets the condition, then it is going to need their approval. Otherwise, it doesn't need their approval. Everyone clear with this concept? You understand reporting structure concept?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, next one. Authority matrix. It is very simple. Look at here. The way you want, it's up to you. See, authority matrix. Here you go. What do you see? Page list property. I will give a page list. Let's say list of managers. List of managers. Approver property. In this page list, you have pages. Each page you have properties, right? Let's say property name is approver. Okay, let me tell you. You have a database table. In the table, you have 10 managers. When you do obj browse, you are browsing into list of managers.px results. Let's say like that. Okay, managers.px results. In the px results, you have approver property. Each property is going to hold one manager name. Is it correct? Now,
Yes.
can you tell me how many people this approval will be routed to? How many operators this will be routed to?
10 managers.
So this step is going to be looped. You remember we have worked on for each embedded page in the activity. Did we work on that? In the activity for each embedded page, and we have given page list. Do you remember that? See, I need your response here. Everyone unmute with no background
Yes.
noise. We worked on it, right? So when you do for each embedded page, it is going to loop the step. The step will be get executed n number of times, where n is equal to n number of pages that are available in the page list. Same concept. Now this approval step will be executed n number of times, where n is equal to number of pages in this page list, and each page will have this property. It will have an operator ID, so it is going to route to the respective operator. Everyone clear with this? Okay, look at here now. So multiple operators you need that you are building by yourself. Okay, look at here. You can go to help content like this to read about the stuff. Where do you see that? Authority matrix something. Anywhere you see that option? This is given like this. It should be there somewhere for sure. Okay. Okay, no worries. See, here you can go ahead and give a decision table for matrix purpose, meaning that, see, generally, you know, right, what is decision table? Decision table will have properties and values. Okay, I mean, conditions will be defined and there will be written values. See, you have n number of conditions and n number of written values into list. So that list will be built based on conditions. Suppose someone is not, some condition is not met, you will not be choosing that. So authority matrix means you're going to optionally, that is optional, that is not mandatory, optionally choose this decision table for matrix where you are going to have the conditions verified and return the approvers. Only those who are satisfying the condition, they will be having that case being routed for approval. So like this, you can go ahead and choose, utilize OOTP approval shade where you are going to add the approval process, approval step routed to one operator, or it can be multiple operators. Everyone clear with this?
Yes.
Okay. So this is what about approval and approval step and alternate stages at the same time. Furthermore about approval step, if you go to the next tab, here you can see in the approval, if approved, you can choose appropriate action of continue or change stage, something to jump, or in case of reject, you want to resolve or change stage where it should go, resolve rejected. So from here, when it is rejected, it will jump to approval rejection alternate stage. So this is how it is going to work in case of approval rejection. So everyone clear with this? So this is what about approval rejection step. Okay, so let's go ahead now and work on routing to single operator by using this approval to reporting manager. Okay, write down, create a new, add a new approval step. Everyone write down the requirement, working with routing, and here routing to work list. Work list means single operator. This is what we are going to work on. Write down business requirement, add a new step for approval process. Route this to reporting manager. Reporting manager of current operator, whoever is the current operator. For their current operators, reporting manager, it should be routed. Look at here. If you open operator rule form and go to work tab, here you can mention the reporting manager. Suppose you don't mention any reporting manager here, that will be a problem in the routing. Okay. So you make sure before you proceed forward with routing, you make sure you mention some reporting managers, operator ID here. Everyone clear with this?